Hello students, in our previous session from the chapter number 4, that is molecular basis of inheritance, we have learned the topic, that is regulation of gene expression. Now you know that genes are transferred from one generation to another generation, and these genes express, and their expression occurs by two processes, that is transcription and translation. In transcription, DNA produces messenger RNA on one of the strand, while in translation, messenger RNA along with ribosomal RNA and transfer RNA carries the process of protein synthesis, or it produces polypeptide chain. So in this way the genes express themselves, while some mechanisms are there which regulate the gene expression. So in this session we are going to learn the topic, that is operon concept. Now we will start the topic, that is operon concept. Now the group of genes or the cluster of genes with related functions are called as operons. So operons mean it is a group of genes with related functions. Then it is a transcriptional control mechanism of gene regulation. Now transcriptional control mechanism of gene regulation means the gene can regulate the process of transcription, whether to carry the process of transcription, that means whether to produce messenger RNA or not. This is controlled by the gene, and it is called as transcriptional control mechanism of gene regulation. The scientist Francois Jacob and Jacques Monod in the year 1961 explained that metabolic pathways are regulated as a unit. Now there are different metabolic processes occurring in living organisms, or different metabolic pathways occur in living organisms, and these are regulated as a unit. For example, in the bacteria, that is Escherichia coli, when lactose sugar is provided to the nutrient or culture medium, cell induces or starts the production of three enzymes necessary for digestion of lactose. So when artificial nutrient medium is produced in the laboratory, and then lactose sugar is added to this nutrient medium, and on this nutrient medium the Escherichia coli bacteria are grown. Now when there is availability of lactose sugar, the bacterial cell starts or induces the production of three different types of enzymes for the digestion of lactose. Now these enzymes are, the first one is called as beta galactosidase. Now beta galactosidase digests or carries the process of hydrolysis of lactose into galactose and glucose. Then the second enzyme, that is beta galactoside permease, or it is also called as only permease. So this enzyme allows the entry of lactose inside the bacterial cell for further metabolism. So the entry of this lactose is controlled by the enzyme, that is beta galactosidase permease. Then the next enzyme, that is transacetylase. Now this transacetylase is also called as beta galactoside acetyl transferase, or it is called as transacetylase. Now the role of this enzyme is that it transfers an acetyl group which is obtained from the acetyl coenzyme A. Here is the short form, that is acetyl CoA means acetyl coenzyme A. So the trans-acetylase enzyme transfers the acetyl group from acetyl coenzyme A to the galactoside or galactosidase, and in this way, when lactose is available for Escherichia coli bacteria, then the cell induces or starts the production of three enzymes. These are beta galactosidase, then beta galactoside permease, and the third one is trans-acetylase, or it is also called as beta galactoside acetyl transferase. The synthesis of these three enzymes, that is beta galactosidase, then permease, then trans-acetylase, is controlled by a long segment of DNA called as operon. So operon means it is a cluster or group of genes with related functions, and it is called as operon. So here we can see the structure of an operon. Now the operon consists of an operator site O and three structural genes Z, Y and A. The action of structural genes is regulated by operator site with the help of a repressor protein. Now here we can see the structure of a operon. Now here are three structural genes, that is Z, Y and A, and here is O. O site, or it is called as operator site. So these structural genes or their action is controlled by the operator site with the help of a protein called as a repressor protein. Now this repressor protein is produced by the action of gene, that is I gene, or here we can see this I gene is also called as inhibitor gene, and it is also called as a regulator gene. So the repressor protein is produced by the action of this I gene, or it is also called as inhibitor or regulator gene. Then the gene expression of the structural genes depends on whether this operator site is switched on or switched off. Now the role is carried by the repressor protein, which is produced by this I gene. So if the I gene produces a repressor protein, then this repressor protein will bind to the operator region and will prevent the transcription of these three genes, that is Z, Y and A. So when the repressor protein produced by the I gene binds to the operator gene or operator site, then the three genes, that is Z, Y and A, are prevented from transcription by the help of this repressor protein. So as the process of transcription is stopped, then there will be no formation of messenger RNA. But when the I gene will not produce a repressor protein, then operator site will operate and it will be switched on in absence of the repressor protein, and the three genes, that is Z, Y, A, are transcribed, and by the process of transcription with the help of RNA polymerase, these genes will produce single messenger RNA. You know that in the process of transcription with the help of RNA polymerase, one of the DNA strand produces messenger RNA. And here we can see these are the promoters. Here also we can see the promoter site. So these promoter site regulate the operator site. That means they promote the particular process, that is transcription. So here we have seen the structure of an operon. An operon is a cluster or group of genes with related functions. Each structural gene is generally known as cistron. That means a single gene is called as cistron, and the transcribed long messenger RNA. That means during the process of transcription from one of the DNA strand, a messenger RNA is produced, and it is long, and it has or it covers many cistrons and is called as polycistronic. As number of cistrons are present on this messenger RNA, it is called as polycistronic, and a single structure gene is called as a cistron. Now the switching on or switching off of the operator is carried by a protein called as a repressor. Now I have already explained you regarding the operon and its structure. Then here we can see the I gene, or it is called as inhibitor. So this I gene will produce a repressor protein, and this repressor protein will bind to the operator site. When it will bind to the operator site, then it blocks it, and the switch is turned off, and the structural genes are not expressed. That means when the repressor protein binds to the operator site, the operator site will be turned off and the structural genes will not express. That means they will not undergo the process of transcription. When or in absence of this repressor protein, or when the I gene will not produce repressor protein, then the operator site will be turned on, and the structural genes, that is Z, Y and A, will express and will carry the process of transcription, that is formation of messenger RNA. So the repressor protein plays important role in controlling the gene expression. So in this session we have learned the details of the concept of operon, and you know that operon means it is a cluster or group of genes with related functions. So in this session we have seen the concept of operon, and remaining topics we will see in our next session.